My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 13, 2024. It is 5 a.m. This is video number 3. Video 1 and 2 are still on this channel. They are just smaller videos, I think. I tried to put them different topic. I decided to put them separately. So in this video, I'll be talking about Harry. I think has to do with security. So let's look at the back end. Feel free to skip. 4,289 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. Estimate revenue $151.33. Whenever I'm doing these, feel free to skip. There's the analytics, 2,556 views in the last 48 hours, and the subscription remained the same, and there's the estimate revenue. So let's go on Twitter. So this is the tweet here. Quinn, Prince Harry is determined to find his own permanent home in the UK. So I'm showing this because this is what the squad, the nonsense, the topic that the UK is bringing. And right now, the squads, the Sussexes, are not doing anything. They're probably on vacation or something. I don't know. So there's nothing new going on with Harry and Meghan. If it was, I will ignore these topics completely. But right now, this is what is being discussed on Twitter, so I'm sharing them with you. But it's full BS. Nobody knows what Harry and Meghan are doing. We will only know when they drop their work. Then we'll know this is what they were doing. Okay, so nobody knows. Okay, Quinn doesn't know shit. Okay, something like that. Alright, he and his wife were bullied out of this country. They won't ever move back, but the joke is on the bullies because Harry and Meghan are happy, healthy, living their best lives in their California mansion with their 2 kids. Alright, so there's that. They're even jealous with that. They work their butt off for it. The headlines always belies the story being told. When you see, quote, thought to be, end quote, he will soon miss. Okay, Harry must miss his Etonian, not one fact, all conjectures and suppositions. Right? They're just guessing, they don't know. Okay, Harry keeps his time in the UK to a minimum. Meghan doesn't even leave the airport. That's one of the comments that I wrote in one of the comments from previous video. They have no security there, and the British media will never leave them alone. Okay, just look at the crowd for Prince Harry alone. No other senior royals can get this kind of crowd. I can see why they don't want him to always visit UK. Only God knows what will happen if Harry and Meghan decided to bring their kids to the UK for a visit. The whole world will be at the airport. Okay, I don't think he is really. Nah, he's not. He's not. I don't think he is really. And if he was, he would just contact with a discreet professional estate agent and buy one instead of hinting to the media or friends about it. Yeah, I mean, we already know. It's just BS. Yeah, so the royal voter can stalk him and his family. These experts say anything. What was it? Was it 2 videos ago? Not in today's recording. Today's recording, I'm gonna have about 4 videos, but could be 2 days ago where the squad were talking about something Quinn. So they've come to get this guy Quinn seems to be is the new royal rats to be the new expert into royals, I guess. You know, imaginary stories he's creating. Whenever they say Harry is thought to be doing or thinking something, you know they are making it up. Okay, fake news. Harry comes back to his charities, so he may want to have a place. Well, that's what he said he wanted Frogmore was, but Charles took it away from him. So now, if there's no reason to be there in person, there's technology, FaceTime, Zoom, phone calls, fax, emails. You know, he could do all of this, but being in person doesn't require that anymore because Charles And William, I don't know who's in control over there, should be Charles though, but they took it away from him. Harry comes back to his charities, so he may wants to have a place so he can visit the charities more often, but that is all. Nah, when there's a specific event that he's doing, he line up everything. Okay, look at during the 10-year anniversary for the Invictus. There's a lot of things he did while he was over there for that short period of time. He stopped by Scotty Little Soldiers. He did some event with the kids. If you go on our part of Pew Service, I think I shared these things. So when there's one big event that's happening, he showed up and then he scheduled other things with other charities he's part of. Alright? And make it one trip. He doesn't have to do different trips throughout the year just for each one. One big trip and visit all of them. And then in between, phone call, Zoom, email, text, you name it. Alright, they should have added part-time to that. Well, that's their well, I don't think they really want it because they want the spotlight. When I said they meaning the royal family. I don't think they wanted anything as part-time. Either they in, not they, Harry. Either Harry's in or out. Alright, so I think Harry had suggested to be half in and half out or something like that. But they told him either all in or nothing else.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
But they can handle the spotlight because they keep on doing shady stuff. He isn't likely to move back permanently. The toxic press that is still abusing him and Meghan. The abusers miss having him and Meghan at their disposal to photograph and abuse at will. Alright, so that's an ad. Harry ditches his own brother. Nope, his brother threw him out. Father and other two for his wife. Does this guy really think he cares about old Etonian friends? Okay, sometimes we need to let them know. Okay, so there's my response here. Harry and Meghan were pushed out by William and King Charles III. Otherwise, both will have remained.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
as much respect.
With as much
and,
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
While Will hires Simon Case to make the exit legally binding. Alright, so I put the links of those articles. This is the court document and this is the archive version of this. Okay, and I underlined this. Prince William's former aide Simon Case was responsible for drafting a key document about Prince Harry's quitting royal duties, court papers state. Alright, so there's all of that. Let me send it. Sometime, oh shit, I passed the number. I didn't see this. I'm minus 100. Okay, so let's remove the title. The title doesn't need to be there. How many do I have left? 42. Okay, by the way, let's remove some of these. Let's see here. Instead of William, let's put W only. Let me fix this to make it fit. Okay, I'm minus 36 now. Oh my lord. Alright, you could rewind and see what I wrote originally to what I have now. Alright, so now I have exactly, well, 5 characters left. Harry and Meghan were pushed out by William and Kate. Now I changed the full name William to W. Otherwise, Harry and Meghan will have remained. William hires Simon Case to make their exit legally binding, and I removed the period. By the way, should Harry remain like a child for the royal family to continue abusing him? People like you, okay, people like you are mentally unwell to be writing stupidity like this. Alright, so there's that. And now I have 3 characters left, so let's put that and then black her. This is the thing they want people to believe. They want people to believe that Harry left, and then they want to label him like a traitor and all of that. So whenever I come across this kind of things, I have to put those links. I need to save those links separately because I had to search for it. Right, let me read what's there and then move on. Bottom up. He doesn't seem determined to do that at all. I even forgot what this thing was about. What was that? Okay, Quinn, Prince Harry is determined to find his own permanent home in the UK. Okay, so that's where we were. Okay, alright. I doubt very much that this is true. It's not true. They don't know. This Quinn guy talks so much shit. Lies. Harry is not coming back. A prince of the UK can get security, but the nobody for Raj, that's gonna be on my next video. Okay, about the security thing. Ken, what the F, he can pay for his own. Okay, the British press wishes Harry has his home. Right. Has his home. He doesn't seem determined to do that at all. Yeah, he's not gonna come back. Even look at it, he went to the UK many times. He found a place to go. This is the thing, when you do well and people recognize this, you will always find someone who will open a door for you. So Harry, you know, not all of the UK will do that because there's still some who have that mentality like the rest of his family. But people who understand him will open a door for him. Okay, he doesn't seem determined to do that at all. Even if he is, it should be kept private because now people will be looking to see if he has moved down the street from them. Nah, he's not moving over there. Okay, he did phone him to inform him. That's a question, sort of. Okay, he did phone him to inform him. I'm not sure I believe this, but it is his homeland. Why shouldn't he have a house there? Well, talk to his father. His father feel like he should not have the home that the grandmother gave him.
The UK is my home and a place that I love. That will never change. I've grown up feeling supported from so many of you, and I watched as you welcomed Meghan with open arms, as you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is we're not walking away. And we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known, to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. I was born into this life, and it is a great honour to serve my country and the Queen. I will continue to be the same man who holds his country dear and dedicates his life to supporting the causes, charities and military communities that are so important to me. Together, you have given me an education about living. And this role has taught me more about what is right and just than I could ever have imagined. We are taking a leap of faith, so thank you for giving me the courage to take this next step.
He took it away from him. Lots of people have multiple homes across the world. If Harry were to buy something, I think he would buy something in another country that's somewhat close to the UK. That's what I think. Alright, I'm sure the voices in his head told him that. That's the guy who write the thing. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, where was I? Was that the first one? 71. Yep, I spent all this time on the first tweet only for this video. Next one. I think my last one regarding the security, I'm gonna have to do it later on during the day because right now it's 5:23 and the kids are gonna be up. Next week. So the new made up story for money is Prince Harry is searching for a home in the UK. Be prepared, squaddies. You're gonna see lots of articles like this pointing down here. Made up garbage claiming that Prince Harry is searching for a home in the UK, blaming Meghan Markle as always, etc, etc. Let's see the headlines here. Okay, Prince Harry searching for UK home as his friends are not visiting due to rift with Meghan. Now, what I saw happening here is that they're making the rest of the family, like Eugenie, okay, to pick a side. These people are freaking ridiculous, and then they're turning it as if it's something completely different. We see in the docuseries, Eugenie, I don't know how many times she's been over there. We've seen her taking at one of the Super Bowl with Harry. So there was some sort of a relationship with other members of the family. Now, because they see her, not only in the docuseries, and then the picture that was taken at the Super Bowl, I think, was it Super Bowl 2021 or 2022? A little bit after Harry left the UK. All right. So now they're making it very difficult for Eugenie to pick a side. Okay, either you with Harry or you stay with the rest of the family. Knowing how that family is, look how they're making Harry's life a living hell. You could understand why Eugenie, who is a female, probably don't have the resources. His father is having issues with the royal family and the UK as well. So to not stir the pot, you will see why she will choose the other side. But privately, I think she's probably talking to Harry. But publicly, they're probably going to cut that completely. Okay? I think, in my humble opinion, Harry and Eugenie didn't think this as a big deal at all. But the other brothers making it a big deal. The papers are making a big deal to write BS like that. Okay? So this is not a healthy place over there. So that's that. The headline. Okay, Prince Harry searching for a UK home as his friends are not visiting due to rift with Meghan. What Meghan has to do with these people? That should be some freaking lawsuit here. What friends? Oh my God, this person is writing it. Baggage for God, that's all. That Prince Harry is looking for a permanent UK home as anti-Meghan Markle friends avoid LA royal expert. That avoiding LA home is because the other brothers making it that way. Okay, for the rest of the family to pick a side. Oh my Lord, they need to remove their position. Okay, Prince Harry searching for a UK home as his friends are not visiting. Okay, that's just BS. You mean you will buy a whole house because of your friends? Who's gonna stay in that house when you're in the US? Nah, that's full BS. Okay, let's see here. And Tom Quinn, who live in the UK, let's pause. And Tom Quinn, who lives in the UK, who has no contact with Harry and Meghan, who knows nothing about them, is the one that started it. They are repeating Tom Quinn imagination. Okay, I remember her talking about Tom Quinn. Yep, he's their new go-to guy for imagination lies about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. By the way, they also are mixing Tom Quinn words and James Middleton friends Richard Eden garbage article together. Richard Eden, another one that knows nothing about Harry and Meghan. My last no, I'm not gonna post any more future posts about this. The British media needs money. There's that. Mute. Okay, you can count on that. Do you think Harry will buy a UK home? Nah, I don't think so. The one that was safe for him, the father took it. Alright, do you think Harry will buy a UK home just so that his friend can come over to make sexist, trans, and probably racist jokes? I don't think so. Okay, Jone, so tired of the taxi British press, made up crap, bull crap, anything to not have to give updates about Mumbles or Prince Pedro. Okay, I'm in California and all I see and hear is how much they love their freedom here. Yeah, they're not going over there. There is no way if someone who was considered friend of Harry's won't visit because they hate his wife, that he will ever still consider them friend. That's another point as well. He let go of all those creeps that pretended to be his friend to abuse him at Willie's insistence. Hey, no, Clint, Sussex is not looking for a house in the UK. They had a perfectly good house that they invested millions in and prepared to lease on after it had been gifted to them by Queen Elizabeth II. It was a perfect house for them. It was on the ground and therefore, I guess the palace ground, okay, and therefore had great security. It's eye-rolling. Why will Harry want to buy a UK home? Okay, like fetch the UK happening, no matter how hard the British media try. When I see these random articles, I think, where is Princess of Wales and the other two Wales children? Proof of life, please. Alright, so that's an ad. Let's leave that alone. So that's the story they're talking about. Phew. Let's go to the next one. I have one more regarding that. And the links of those articles that I share on that tweet that I respond to, the court documents and the part where the article is the archive version. The link will be in the description. I put it here. Okay, British media, Prince Harry really misses the UK. Okay, Prince Harry with his clothes hanger on his hand to the airport after his father's coronation service. Yeah, he just bounced out. Came in, do the service and bounced right back out. Okay, Prince Harry's on the fly hanger, the perfect gift for the busy traveler on a tight schedule, comes as a single or in a double hanger set. There's that. There's the laugh here. I know when I miss a place, I end up having to visit out of obligation. I immediately leave the moment it's possible and don't return unless obligated to again. But yeah, he totally misses it. Alright, we also have to pretend he then talk openly about how stressful being there is. There's all of that. This will never not be funny. Then even take the time to change. I'm a head on out of the country. That's that. Especially the hanger say it calls bye-bye. Okay, Prince Harry, no need to pack. I'll hold it. That is true. Because I can't wait to have wheels up in the 20 minutes. I'm out of here. There's that. Yeah, he bounced right out. Alright, next tweet, and this is my last one. And I have another video regarding his security. I'll do it later on today because I'm gonna start editing. So this is what I was talking about, Eugenie thing here. Alright, it didn't harm anyone that Eugenie kept in contact with Harry and Meghan, but it clearly sparked immense anger and jealousy with some royals. So what if she wants to keep in touch with her cousin? The royal family have behaved so spiteful over this. There really is no excuse. Alright, so I put some of these on a I put them on Photoshop and put all of the headlines in one and posted on my community board. Okay, Princess Eugenie removed from royal family blacklist after cutting ties with Prince Harry. I'm telling you, this is like childish, really childish talk. You got these two cousins all grown adults, and I don't know. I really don't know. They understand their position. I'm very surprised. This is something that caught me off guard because very rarely I follow people. It was through a tweet I was reading and someone mentioned something about, I think Eugenie posted something on IG. So I went and checked. Well, after I checked what I went to see, and I was looking at some other things she posted on her under her IG account. And there was one video she was talking about something. I think art. She was talking about art. I was very surprised. She's very smart. Well, let me not give her full credit yet. Well, at least I was very impressed with the video. Okay, I was very impressed with the video, the way she was talking of the subject matter and things like that. I follow her. I follow Eugenie on that at that moment. So there was a reason to follow her because not only do I like art, architect, I'm all over with different topic. I'm all over. So I was very impressed. So I follow her. Okay, so Harry and Eugenie are in a different retrosphere with, I don't know if that's even a word, with the royal family kind of mentality. But at the same time, I could understand why she chose a side publicly. Okay, but privately could be completely different. Because knowing the power that her family has, the institution. And then also, let's not forget her father, who has issues. Okay, she probably wants her for us. Okay, me, you, probably million of other people. Not everybody, but million of other people. They might see her father very creepy. Rightly so, because of his action. But remember, that is still her father. She has a different perspective of Andrew. So probably wants her father to be kept safe under the royal protection. So she has to comply. And the other aspect as well, as a woman, she doesn't have that experience of fighting spirit, unlike Harry, who went to the army and, been in the midst of things and how to handle himself and things like that. So you can understand she's not gonna, do that tug of war with the institution. So I could understand that aspect as well. But let's say if the father's gone or something like that, and she probably gonna say, okay, Harry, I'm gonna help you, in that fight as well. But the father's still alive, probably want her father to be safe or something like that. Okay, like I said, her perspective. For the rest of us and many other people, not all, might see her father as creepy, and it's no fault of her own that the father is that way. But that's a different story. All right, so there's that. But the institution, Harry's other brother have a mindset of a childish, pick a side so he could look strong or anything, and still doing stupidity. All right, there's those headlines. I remember I put them on Photoshop, so they all could be in one image. Okay, we knew it will happen, and they made things unbearable for Eugenie eventually. So these are the headlines. Okay, Prince Harry is still the best of friends with Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. Alright, so they're making it known so William to do something about that. Princess Kate, hugely worried by Beatrice. Okay, this is the thing here. It's William. I don't know. Well, from what I've heard, okay, from the other squad members, when I started following them, it was stated that the York sisters had issues with Kate. So, but this headline, if it's recent, this is William thing, but they just put Kate's name on it because it's a negative talk, in my humble opinion. Princess Kate usually worried by Beatrice and Eugenie forming alliance with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. It should not be her concern. She should be worrying about her health. Kate Middleton, see, this is the negative thing. This is William thing, but they place Kate's name under it. Kate Middleton worry over Beatrice, Eugenie forming alliance with, okay, the same thing again. Exclusive Palace faces serious worry. Beatrice and Eugenie have gone to the dark side with Harry and Meghan. Oh my lord, these people are ridiculous. Pure evil over there. What kind of a family is this if they are against Eugenie having contact with his cousin Prince Harry? Spiteful. Alright, no sources to this story, and the tabloid newspaper needs to make money, so I really won't give any credit. I mean, we know that. Any credit to this story at all. It could be William who fit that, let the paper know his concern. Or maybe it could be the other way around. The papers, remember Harry suing the papers. Okay, so they turn it around and say you have to do something. Maybe that's the dog whistle for William to do something about that. It could be either way. Alright, I think it's so easy to manipulate people if they just believe everything they read, or maybe quote it because it helps their narrative. I mean, we know the tactics now. Alright, royal family. Harry accused us of being bullied, and now, okay, royal family. This is what the royal family sort of thinking. Royal family. Harry accused us of being bullies, and how dare he tell such a vicious defamatory lie. That's the court system. You could go and sue them if you think what he says is not true and is defamatory. Also, royal family. Anyone who dares not to ghost Harry completely will be blacklisted and ostracized. And by the royal family bullies, I mean these three. Okay, a family fighting their own members who need enemies when you have your own blood fighting you daily for simply existing. And this is not a good look for them because they're clearly vengeful. Immature, that's the thing here. Immature is the word. And insensitive. Okay, they're not fit to be called royals. What a horrible family. And they said Charles wants to see his grandchildren. If I was Harry, I would cut ties with the lot of them. Why put your kids around such a toxic family situation? I mean, Harry knows. This is why they are in California. Okay? Are the royals secretly Amish? Okay? It feels like a shunning. It's not a family, it's a cult. Every time I hear about the royal desire to shun Harry and strip him of all family ties and connection, I think of James Jones or Robert Shen, who essentially wanted their followers to cut ties to any outsiders and devote themselves fully to the cult. It is. The royal family should be settling an example of unity and be loving and caring of each other. However, they are vindictive, petty, jealous, and are lacking in emotional warmth and empathy. It is sad to see and the decline and ridicule of this family, institution, and firm. Okay, if this story is true, then there's no doubt it's about Meghan's race, as it makes absolutely no sense to treat someone this way when you were the ones doing wrong. There's the thing here. They don't want black in that family. That's what it's always been about. Okay, so much for the king burning the bridges to his grandchildren, whom he says he wants to get close. They just can't help controlling anyone under Windsor's purse. So glad Harry has the Spencer's side close to his family, and the Windsors can't do anything about it. This is literally how abusers work to isolate their victims. Yeah, I mean, Princess Diana gave us a hint about that. Alright, like Princess in the interview, were you isolated? She was like, yeah, or something like that. I have that audio. I'll put it.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
To your husband. He says that your husband renewed his relationship with Mrs. Camilla Parker Bowles. Were you aware of that?
Yes, I was. But I wasn't in a position to do anything about it.
What evidence did you have that their relationship was continuing even though you were married?
Oh, a woman's instinct is a very good one.
Is that all?
Well, I obviously had knowledge of it.
From staff?
Well, from people who minded and cared about our marriage, yes.
What effect did that have on you?
Pretty devastating. Rampant bulimia, if you can have rampant bulimia, and just a feeling of being no good at anything and being useless and hopeless and failed in every direction. Wow.
And with a husband who was having a relationship with somebody else?
Was a husband who loved someone else, yes. It was already difficult, but it became increasingly difficult.
In a practical sense, how did it become difficult?
Well, people were, when I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side were indicating that I was, again, unstable, sick, and should be put in a home of some sort in order to get better. I was almost an embarrassment.
Do you think he really thought that?
Well, there's no better way to dismantle a personality than to isolate it.
So you were isolated?
Very much so.
After this, that's it. Bottom up. The idea is to isolate you, a cult ostracize you, and anyone who comes into contact with you is attacked. So the plan is organization, and people generally won't associate with you as it will damage their businesses or livelihoods. It's deliberate sabotage and it's wicked. All right. This is why they took the HRH away from them. All right. So they thought, because HRH, his or her Royal Highness, you know, when people addressing them on that, doors will not be opening. Meanwhile, the rest of the world don't give a shit about any of these titles and things like that. They didn't want them to make money, to have work. The same thing the YouTube is doing with my channels. They want to make sure I don't make money or discourage me. Alright, if the royal family had any intelligence, they would have been pleased that Eugenie kept a discreet connection with Harry. It is very foolish diplomacy to cut ties completely. Situation always change, so don't burn bridges. This is why I say I think it's secretly. Privately, I think she's still in contact. But publicly, you may not see them together again, Harry and Eugenie. family runs with a mafia code sensibility. One would think with 3 family members riddled with cancer, this will be the time to self-reflect, be humble, and seek redemption. Nope. Look at the grandma just passed. Well, not just passed, about a year or so ago. You would think they will reflect on these things. People don't live forever. But nope, they don't think that way at all. If true, what a vile, spiteful, and petty family. And the people celebrating in it, they're just nasty. This is literally how abusers work to isolate their victims. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so please take a moment. This is where I was getting the links for my videos. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it. I have another video to do, and this one has 8 tweets. Okay, it has to do with security. I'll do it a little bit later. I'm gonna start editing the first. I'm actually somewhere here in this video here, the first video. But later, after the kids goes to school, the house will be quiet again, and then I will do the next video. So the next video will be focusing on this, okay, about home office, okay, heavy security and things like that, the hypocrisy that's going on in the UK, and it's playing very well in front of everybody. All right, but that'll be for next time. All right, so that's it. Thank you for your support.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better